What's inside my camping first aid kit? Hey, welcome to Two Camping Gurus. If you like camping in the great outdoors, you are in the right place. Alright, today we're going to take a look at some of the things that I have in my first aid kit. Now I'm going to recommend one at the end of this video as well that I think is fantastic for camping as long as you augment it with things that you may need that may not be included for the type of camping you're doing, where you're going to be in the country, and what kind of risk factors there are. So let's just dig right into it. I actually got it right off here off to the side. We're just going to talk about really quickly some of the stuff that I think is important to have with you when you camp, because anything could happen. So hopefully you can see this. I'm just going to go through this kind of quickly. But right off the bat, eye wash. Definitely recommend eye wash. Poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac, cleansing towelettes. This stuff is small, it's easy, it doesn't take up any space, and a good kit will have the basics that you can add things to it that they don't have in. So yes, poison ivy, oak, and sumac cleansing towel is a must-have. Cold pack, again, they're very small. They take up very little space. Really never used. It's just I'm not going to unroll it, but it's like a need help sign that you would put in your window. Probably never use it, but it takes up no space, so it's in there. What about something as simple as Blistex? This stuff happens to people all the time. The question is, are you going to be prepared? So have this stuff with you. Swift electrolytes. So if you've been doing some rigorous activity and you're getting drained, like you're doing a lot of hiking and stuff like that, and your body's getting drained, then they recommend you take in more electrolytes, especially if you're drinking a lot of water and you're flushing the system. Then you need to get, keep your electrolytes up. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional. Don't take this as medical advice whatsoever, but it's something I keep in my first aid kit. So if we run into a situation like that, we have something that will help with that. Now, I keep matches all over my camper and my vehicles anyways, but I also keep a small pack right in my first aid kit. Another no-brainer to have in your first aid kit, Band-Aids. Now, this is just a little sewing kit. It takes up very little space. It's a little travel one, so thin, but it's got thread, it's got a little pair of scissors, it's got some buttons, some safety pins, some common pins. Now, this is something that first aid kits don't typically come with, but I always include Q-tip. They can be used for a ton of different things. Now you get into some more serious stuff. Now hopefully you'll never have to need this, but let's say you're out hiking and you get yourself a really bad injury and you get a big huge gash or whatever. A tourniquet. This is the stuff that could save your life. Okay, quick cleanup pads for like after dinner or just quickly cleaning up something. Alcohol prep pads. Make sure you have plenty of those. Iodine wipes. Should have those too. General insect sting relief. Again, something that's very common that can happen out on trails. Have some sting relief with you. All right, another thing to have on the trail, and this is something you learn of having a much smaller pack, is a survival blanket. What if you're out somewhere? Sometimes in some areas of the country, it's beautifully warm during the day, and then the temperature plummets at night. Hypothermia can set in. Have a thermal blanket with you. If you have it, could save your life. You also have a few different medical type scissors. If you have to cut gauze, which I have mountains of different size gauze stuff, make sure, big ones, small ones, whatever, have that too. But you also want a way to cut it. And you may not have scissors in your camper. If you do, then they may not be with you out while you're backpacking or something like that. So have some ways to cut some gauze down. Now we always put in, we have those little packets of antibiotic ointment, but I always put in a tube of it as well. It's good to have. We use a lot of it, and if you're putting it on cuts and Band-Aids. This just goes to show that this stuff gets used. This is not brand new. We've used this. Antacid tablets, if you have gassy stomach or something like that. These are included in the kit. I don't think we've ever, well, maybe we have. Looks like some could be missing. I don't remember ever using them. But, you never know when you need it. And there is a first aid book in here that tells you how to use a lot of this stuff. If you need it, take the time to read that ahead of time so you're prepared. Now, I know everybody's like, I'm not going to read that thing. How long does it take? We do all kinds of stuff through life that's really not meaningful. If you take the time to read that, even if you forget about most of it, in an emergency situation, a little bit of knowledge that you can draw on could mean life or death. Have this stuff with you and know how to use it. Now, another thing that's super important when you're out is having access to fresh water. And we carry iodine tablets with us. I don't have it in this particular first aid kit, but we have them with us all the time. But this particular first aid kit does have emergency purified water. So it's not a lot, but in a situation where you're stuck somewhere overnight, if you had this with you, again, could mean a lot. You can go quite a while without food, but you've got to have water. I know I mentioned gauze. I have little packets of it, but here's some rolls of it. So if you have to wrap around a bigger cut, then you can use something like this. Now, we've used a little bit of this already. As you can see, this roll is much smaller. It was quite a bit bigger around. But this is something that's important to have as well. How about a whistle? There you go. A hand lotion, if you're hiking or climbing, whatever, you're dealing with sticks and stuff, your hands dry out. This is something I added to our kit. You want to take the time to look at what's in your kit, what you think you might need, and add to it. Last but not least, we do have a CPR face shield and gloves. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not recommending you do CPR on anybody. Make sure you're certified or whatever you need to do to be ready to handle a situation like that. But if you are, then it's a good idea to have one of these masks and some gloves with you so you can help in a situation if need be. It doesn't take up a lot of space. They even make small ones today. We actually have little keychain ones now too. But just keep it right in the first aid kit. Hopefully we'll never ever have to use it, but if we do, it's there. Alright, so these are just some of the things that we have in our first aid kit. We have a few other things too. I know there's like 2 or 3 bags of the Q-tips and stuff like that. And tape for taping the gauze and all your basics. But what I want you to do is take a minute, and if you like this video, click like. Hopefully you saw something I had in my kit that you may not have in yours that you didn't think about. If you didn't like it, click dislike. Please leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, so I can make the videos better for you. Also, take a minute to share this video. This might get in front of somebody that forgot something that might make a big difference to them. They add to their first aid kit so they're ready for the camping, and they have all the things they need to make sure it's going to be as safe and as comfortable and as fun as it could possibly be. So take a second, it only takes you a minute. Click that share button, helps me out a lot, could help out somebody else a huge amount. Last but not least, don't forget to click the subscribe button. I don't want you to miss out on any future videos. We are releasing a video every single day right now, and there's all kinds of content, some that might have an interest for you, some that might not. Check out the ones you like, pass by the other ones, share them to friends and family, so other people have an opportunity to take a look at them. But last but not least, get yourself a first aid kit. Now, there's one I recommend. The link is in the description below. It is an affiliate link. I do get a small commission if you order through that. It's no additional cost to you, so it's a fantastic way to help support my channel without costing you anything. So click on that link below. It'll take you right over to that first aid kit on Amazon. You can purchase it. It's a great price, and it has a couple features I like about it. One of them has a smaller self-contained unit for hiking and biking, and when you're away from your camp, you don't have to carry the great big thing, but you can at least have some of the essentials with you, and that's half of the battle. If you don't have the first aid kit with you, it's completely useless. So swing over there right now, click on that link in the description. Do not wait. Get yourself a first aid kit, whether it's for home, for camping, for biking, for hiking, whatever it might be. Go now, get it, be safe, have fun, have a great day, and happy camping.